Dubious ones, welcome back to the channel for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Today, I'm giving you some big pointers and tips for your DP battles in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. You're going to play as a team, and you're going to use the DP point system. You're going to need to know who's the most powerful characters in each bracket, from 1 point all the way to 10 points. And I am going to give you all your sleeper picks from the 2-point characters. All the best 2-point characters for you to use on your team right now. So let's get right into it. So, for your 2-point characters, these are the 3. I've gone through them all. I've done the labor. I did it on stream. I was going through each of the characters to see who had these abilities, and I'm going to show you why these are the 3, and only these 3 are the strongest 2-point characters, as it's actually quite simple. I do have a little list here in front of me, so we've got Yajirobe, Guldo, and Videl. We will go through each character's abilities and everything, but I'm going to show you right off the bat why each of these characters are the strongest. So we're going to go over to the skill count bar. We're going to go max it out, and we're going to go our switch time to nothing so that we can switch out right away. So first of all, I'm going to show you Guldo's abilities. So let's charge up. We don't want to go sparking, but we're going to show you his damage level. So for Guldo, we've got what is Psychic Rock Throw. So that will do... We're not going to boost it. Unboosted, 6,700 damage, 6,733 there. And with boosted, get right there into there. And now we'll boost it. 7406 with it boosted for the extra point. And now his other thing is a full power energy blast volley. So let's give you one of those. Unboosted, that's going to do 5906. And then boosted. Boosted. 6495 for that attack. Now, that's just giving you the base idea of Guldo. Now, what makes him special is when you have your abilities. Now, remember, this ability counter you see on the top left here, this is probably the most important bar in the game, because this is your transformation bar. This is your perception bar, so that you can actually do super perceptions. It's also the bar to do revenge counters and all those things. And as you can see, if you just hold perception out here, it will slowly drain your ki as you're waiting for the enemy to attack here. But the biggest thing is management of this bar. This is basically the equivalent of Street Fighter 6's like their same bar that that you have to be managing all the time for your drive gauge. So the reason it's so important here, because it does so many things for defense and offense. But as you see, I have paralysis, which costs 2 skill points. We'll show you what that does. So that's going to paralyze them for a few seconds, so they won't be able to move. You can get around them, and then you can maybe hit an ultimate or a super or something if you're able to pull that off on them. And I don't believe they can block it. Let's actually double check that for you and make him make him block everything. So we'll see if it blocks for you. Yeah, so they can't block that, and then you can follow up with whatever you want. Only for a few seconds there. But the main thing, and this is why these are the strongest 2-point characters, because the one thing these 3 characters share in common is the ability to do this. It costs 3 points for these characters. For Guldo and the entire Ginyu Force, but Guldo's the only Ginyu Force member that costs 2 DP points. When you do SP Fighting Pose 4, look at that. I'm in Sparking. I went from 2 bars of ki right into Sparking. Now, you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? You can just charge up your ki and you can go into it. And that's costing you 3 points versus just doing it and having it only cost you 1. So we're going to show you this. We'll bring our gauge skill counter back to normal. So normally, you're like, well, I would just charge normally, and it's only going to cost me 1, right? So why would I want to waste bar on this. That seems really silly. Why would I want to waste 3 bars going into this? Well, I'm going to explain to you why. The reason for it is because when you're playing at get up in a little bit higher levels, your opponent is not going to let you get into sparking if they're smart. Because once you hit sparking, whoever hits sparking first or whoever is able to hit their ultimates, it's basically game over for the other character. Pretty much. It's the most important thing you can do is being able to go into sparking. So once players start learning that, and the players that have learned that, they're never going to let you ever get into sparking. So you're never really going to be able to charge this unless you get lucky and knock them away really far and you're really quick about it. You might be able to get it off. But a lot of times in the game, your skill counter, especially on characters that can't transform, it's going to start going up through the match if you're not using revenge counters or abusing that system too much. So you'll end up having points where you have 3 bars. And in those situations, you get one good knockback. So say you get hit a Z, just something as simple as that, and then boom, you're in sparking. And now you're in his face. You're going to do something like that, and then boom. All of a sudden, and he was blocking. You could see he's in all guard. And there's his ultimate. And that shows you too. Sorry, I guess I should show you the damage of the ultimate by itself. That did 17k, but that's because I comboed into it. I'll get him to stop guarding. But what it normally does for damage, this again was when you don't combo into it whatsoever. 14,675 for Guldo there. So that's showing your Guldo strength. But now you understand why having that ability, because not every character does, and these are the 3 characters that do have that ability, to be able to use ability points to go into sparking mode. So now let's get into Videl. These are all 2-point characters. Absolutely incredible that they're all 2-point characters. We will put our gauge right up there. Skill counter, wait time normal. Now we will show you Videl here. So Videl's attack, she's got after image. So that's more of a defensive one. When you're on defense, but then the super unyielding spirit, boom. See, look at that, full sparking. And for her damage, I don't want to mess up the numbers with sparking numbers, so we'll just show you what her ultimate does. We'll start with the ultimate. Her ultimate's gonna do... It might actually be doing extra, because the transformation may have actually given me more damage there, so we'll have to wait for that to... We're gonna get rid of that, because we don't want to have extra damage messing with our numbers here. Can I switch now? Oh, the switch time hasn't been fixed. No wait time. Okay, so Videl. So her attacks, we've got the Videl kick.
Don't mess with me. Take this.
Unboosted, 6,700. And again, all the damage testing I'll be doing, I'll do in the training against Vegeta, so it's very straightforward. You'll see that everybody's doing the same damage, or it's always against somebody who has the same defense, so the numbers are never skewed. So let's do the Videl kick with a boost. Now 7407 with the boost. And Desperado Rush. And again, this is with no boosting whatsoever.
You can't handle this. Almost done. Still wanna fight?
And we've got 8,400 damage. So that's pretty decent. And now we're gonna go boosted. Desperado Rush. We're gonna boost it.
Almost done.
And it is going to do
Still wanna fight?
almost 10k damage. That's really good. Over 9,200 damage. That's great. And now, of course, let's go into sparking, so we don't mess with the numbers with the extra potential damage it did.
Here I come.
Because regular sparking, You're not going to get the same as the Super Unyielding Spirit. We'll give you some extra bonuses on top for even more damage. So her base ultimate. And don't worry, even though it kills, you still get to see the full damage numbers I've tested before. So 14,175 is Videl's ultimate there. So you can see the difference when you have the regular power-up versus like one of these fighting poses or abilities. So finally, we're going to look at Yajirobe here, as he's our man, and something very cool about him is I'm going to just show you when you start a match with Yajirobe, one of the very coolest parts about him, we'll turn the skill counter bar to normal, and now we'll go retry, because when Yajirobe starts a fight, certain characters actually start, see, Guldo starts with 1 in his skill counter. And did Videl start with anything? Videl also starts with 1. Yajirobe starts with 2 skills already off the hop. You only need 3 for Super Unyielding Spirit. For him, it's up on the D-pad versus down. But I will show you his other abilities first. So, we've got Blam Attack, Unboosted, 6142. Now let's go for Boosted. He moves so slowly. It's really annoying the way he walks, but that's what you get for a 2-point character. 6756 with the boost. And now let's go Flash and Kill. He's not as bad as Hercule, trust me. But this walking speed is really crazy on the ground. And the Yajirobe can keep hopping higher, but he can't just kind of stay in the air like everybody else, which is also kind of interesting. Anyways, let's go with the Flash and Kill boosted. Oh, sorry, I went backwards. But anyways, this is boosted. 7546 boosted and unboosted.
Now I'll show you what I can do.
6860. So there you go. Now he's got 2 very cool things. He's got Senzu Beans. So what I'm going to show you right now is I'll bring his health gauge down to 0 and then put it back to normal. So if you eat a Senzu Bean, if you have 5 skill points with him, eat a Senzu Bean, fully healed. Fully healed. Absolutely bananas. That back to max. You can't go over his max health. You notice that? You can't, it's not giving you anything extra, but you'll get all your health back if you have 5 bars. Now, again, Super Unyielding Spirit. Oh, we want to do the ultimate without Super Unyielding Spirit first, so let's do that. So, here's the ultimate without Super Unyielding Spirit. 12,600. Hilarious that it left Vegeta with the slightest sliver of health. And now we'll go with the Super Unyielding Spirit. And now, boom. And damage with it. As again, you can see the 2 little bonuses there. So 12,600, so I don't know if it affected the ultimate there. But there you go. Did this affect the super fighting pose? We'll see Guldo's ultimate with... Just for reference for you guys. So 14,175. I don't think it gave him any bonuses, so I think it's the same. So I don't think the Ginyu Force poses give you any bonuses, but... Yeah, 14,175. It's the same. Either way, it's good. But there you go. Dubious ones. That is why these are your 3 strongest 2-point characters in the game. So these 3, if you put all 3 of them on the same team, that's only eating up 6 points. So that's leaving you 9 points. So you could pair these 3 with a full power Jiren, who, spoiler alert, also has this ability. Yeah. So to me, that's my ultimate team right there. For most scenarios, that's probably going to be it. But I will go over and show you each tier level of character who is the strongest. All the characters that have these abilities. But I really hope this was helpful to you guys. This took me a long time to go through each character and find out what each thing was called. And testing them all out to make sure that brought them into sparking and everything. But it's a game changer when you're playing against higher level characters. I'm telling you, or players online, they're not going to allow you to go into sparking, and the back and forth battles. When you kick someone away like a Z-dash, like one of these. Oh, sorry. When you give someone like one of those, that's your chance. That might be your one chance to quickly pull this off. You're not going to have time to fully charge it. I'm telling you right now. So I really hope that you guys appreciated the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know your most fun pairings that you've been having fun with in the DP, either player matches, ranked matches, whatever you're doing, just your team compositions that you've been using when you do have that 15-point restriction on your team. What have been some of your favorite teams so far? I played a little bit on stream today with, I think it was Max Power Jiren, Hercule, and Bergamo. And I had a lot of fun. Hercule, obviously, because I had 1 point remaining when I was using my boy Bergamo with full power Jiren. But you see some really interesting teams with the DP situation. Obviously, if you're just playing singles matches, you can just pick Wii Spears, full power Jiren, Ultra Instinct Gokus, or Go Super Saiyan Gogetas, all that fun. You can pick whoever you want and use the strongest characters in the game. But if you're playing DP battles specifically, you know how important it is to find good, strong, or decent lower tier characters. So I hope this was helpful for those of you seeking that out. Anyways, dubious ones, thanks all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Deuces.
Make way for Miss